I say we build some stacks up and then we'll go mow down some people. And you know why I'm building up stacks. Look at that bad boy backpack I've gone. It's going to cause some chaos, this build. You asked for the Memento build. This is what it looks like. Oh, people have gone rogue in this DZ. Couldn't tell you where though. Great thing about the 45 ACP is it's also got a little bit more range on the other submachine guns. Look at it just mowing down the enemies. You take them hills, buddy. You're going to need it. I just want to let you know here, I'm probably missing about 20%. No, actually, sorry, that's a lie. About 50% weapon damage on this build. 50% weapon damage on this build from what it's actually meant to be at. So, to actually just walk around the DZ and blitz like this with so much missing, this is a dangerous build. Let's go find some rogues. Let's head towards that site. We head towards that landmark, and then no one comes, or no one extracts or anything, then we'll have to just go hunting. But let's just quickly go over there. Let's get these stacks up, keep these stacks up, and continue forward. All right, next landmark. Where are the enemies at? There ain't no enemies. Kev, go. Why is the landmark? Did you just complete the landmark? Sorry, mate. Sorry. Caught you off guard there, didn't I? I won't take your stuff. It does look pretty good though. Your stuff's there. It just melted. Wait, can we see what build he had? No, we're probably not going to, are we? Oh, I need to get some mods on this. I don't have any mods on my shield. The road status is about to expire, but he's going to come back for his stuff, so we'll just be able to do it all over again. I have to find some enemies just to keep this alive. Come get your stuff, bro. There's someone attacking over here. I think he's using the memento as well. There's a rogue. This guy is not having a fun time in the DZ. Where are you, Daisy? Oh my god, you just got deleted, buddy. That's the build that just got deleted. What is going on, you beautiful people? So there you go. You just saw the build in action. I absolutely deleted that Daisy. He knew I was coming. My watch level is not even level 400 yet. And this build absolutely slaps. Also, one thing I'm going to mention, which you're going to see in a minute, I'm missing about 50% weapon damage off this build. That is huge. And I hadn't even had the stack up then to get even more armor. So imagine having that extra armor and the stack up full. The memento was quite full, but you know, all them extra little bits, clearing landmarks, this build absolutely deletes. So let's have a look. So to start off with, we got the Vector SBR 45 ACP. There's a main reason I'm using this Vector and not using my 9mm, and that is purely because obviously I've got the Technician build on, and with the Technician build, you get the linked laser pointer, which is this one right here. So what this does is the laser pointer pulses targets which it's aimed at. Then you've got the flatline, which amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. As you can see there, I'm missing proficient. I've got no proficiency on this, and I've only got about half the weapon damage on this gun. So I'm missing another 6-7% on this gun alone from that. Plus the 23% that you can get from proficient full. So I'm missing 29% extra weapon damage from this gun alone. Then, moving on, we've got the mask, which is the hunter. I've got 2 pieces of hunter on. The reason I've got 2 pieces on for the SMG damage. Down below, I've got the weapon damage, and I've got crit chance, crit damage. We've got then the closer chest piece. It does give you 5% extra armor, which obviously helps. The more armor you've got, the longer you can last. It's not massive. 5% is not massive, but it does make a difference. With armor roll on it, crit chance, crit damage. But the main reason we use this chest is for perfect spotters. So we've got the permanent pulse by aiming at them with the gun. We've got the pulse on the 45 ACP. It's the only Vector that can do that. And remember, it's got 1,200 rounds per minute, so it fires extremely fast. I've got damage to armor. The optimal roll for this would be damage to targets out of cover, plus crit chance, plus SMG damage. I've only got damage to armor and crit chance, but this is the best I could put together with that one. And then I've got the closer with perfect spotter, amplifies weapon damage by 20% as long as they are pulsed. Also upgrade your skill damage. So if you are using a striker drone or anything like that, or a hive, it's going to do 20% additional damage as long as you're aiming at them. Then the holster, I've got the Picaro's holster. The reason I've got that is obviously for the armor and the weapon damage. I had thought about switching up and maybe changing the hunters for like a Sokolov plus a Walker and Harris, but the reason I didn't do that is because the Walker and Harris only gives 5 and the Sokolov gives 10 to SMG. So 5% weapon damage, 10% SMG damage. So I might as well have just had both hunters on. If you don't have 2 hunters, very easy to farm. But if you don't have 2 hunters, then go ahead and do exactly what I just said there and have one Walker and Harris, one Sokolov. It might even be better just to do that. And the reason I say it might be better to have the Sokolov and the Walker and Harris because you get the 2 attributes. So yes, the best way to go about this is probably putting a Walker and Harris and Sokolov on. So you get the additional crit hit damage and crit hit chance. I've only just thought about that now while showing you the build. And then back to the Picaros. As you can see, it's got skill haste, but we don't worry about that because we've got the weapon damage and armor and then the crit hit damage. Then we've got the knee pads, which are the Grupo Sombra knee pads. They've got weapon damage, crit hit chance. We've got obviously the Hunter gloves that I showed you before, and then I've got the Memento backpack. So I had a comment the other day asking if I can make a Memento backpack build because someone just got the Memento backpack. As you can see, yet again, the weapon damage is not max on here. I have got weapon damage max on all my other rolls apart from my knee pad, so I'm missing 1.1% there, plus 1.5% there, plus the 29%. So I'm actually missing 31% weapon damage off of this build from the get-go. I'm probably missing about, if I was to actually change up to Sokolov gloves or Walker and Harris gloves and a Sokolov or Walker and Harris mask, then I'll probably actually get an extra 24%. So yes, guys, I literally only just thought about that now. Do that now. That is going to be the way to go for this, for the extra 24% critical hit damage. Then I'll go over to my stats so you can see the stats, guys. So my PvP weapon damage is 29,767. This will probably go up to about 40,000. Remember, you're firing at 1,200 rounds per minute, which is huge. I will have max crit hit chance. I'll go over that again. The reason I don't have max crit hit chance and even more crit hit damage is because my watch level is only 3, 4, 6. So I've got 20 out of 50 crit, obviously the crit hit chance rolled. So it only gives me 4 out of 10%. So I'm missing 6% here. So I can roll off one of my crit hit chances on my build up to a crit hit damage to get an additional 12% crit hit damage as well there. Then I've got the extra 20% crit hit damage I'm missing here, plus the headshot damage. So just from these two alone, I'm missing an additional 32% critical hit damage. Then looking at the build with what I could have done here, I'm missing an additional 24% critical hit damage. Sorry, no, I've already got critical hit damage there, 12. So adding that onto what we had before, we're missing overall on this build about additional 50% critical hit damage of what we could actually have. So we could be on about 150 to 160 critical hit damage with max crit hit chance. Obviously, we have about 70 headshot damage. We've got 6% armor damage because of the weapon. I would still personally go for damage to target out of covers, but maybe armor damage is better. Let me know in the comments down below. The reload time's very quick. I'll quickly fly for everything. All weapon damage bonus, 82.3%, but you'll be looking at when we've got everything on there. So if we're about 110% all weapon damage bonus, we'd get plus the 40% SMG damage. Why are we not at full? No, we have about 45%. So 110 plus 45%. We're sitting over the 155% mark, which is huge. Then we've also got almost 1.4 million armor. If we were to look at the build, the armor rolls are not maxed out. They're not far off of being maxed out. That one's definitely maxed out. I don't even know why that's not showing it maxed out. Yeah, so we're missing about additional 20,000 there. So it's not massive amounts of armor we're missing. But we'll still be sitting at that. It would show down the bottom left at 1.4 as long as it goes over 135. But we're at 1,339 million armor, which is still big, especially for the amount of damage you are dishing out. You've got all the hazard protections and that. It will be at 10% as well once your watch is leveled up. Then I am using the striker shield. I didn't manage to pull it out. Oh, I did pull it out then, sorry. But I didn't have my modifications on it, my shield health, because I've been running with this build a lot of flamethrower builds, so you actually get the extra mods which do insane amounts, and I had the reviver hive on rather than the drone. So guys, even with the drone on, then if I'd have had that, because I've got the skill point here, and then I've got obviously my mods on the drone, this is shown at tier 2 because you've got the technician skill build from having this, plus you've got this, so that's giving you 2 skills. I would have had 15.9% damage reduction, so I'd take even less. Then I'd have had the shield that would have taken even more. I would have dealt even more critical hit damage if I would have changed the mask and the gloves. And then once this build is maxed out, it's just gonna hit like an absolute freaking truck, and you're gonna have so much armor, so much protection, and a shield. Guys, it is a no-brainer. Oh, I didn't even mention this. I'm not using the flamethrower build, so I'm not getting the damage buff. I'm using the Crusader shield. But it's still a shield, and it gives you that extra armor. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the build. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. So guys, I quickly went ahead and put the pieces together like you see here on my screen with the Sokolov mask and the Walker and Harris gloves. Now you can see I'm missing crit hit chance and other bits and bobs off of this set. It is quite min-maxed. It's missing still obviously weapon damage a lot from the weapon, but ignoring that fact, just from the crit hit damage alone, I'm at 135% with 56.5% crit hit chance. Now obviously because I'm at 56.5, once I get it maxed up, I can actually roll a crit hit chance off of somewhere. I think everything's just crit hit chance, crit hit damage. Yeah, it's all crit hit chance, crit hit damage, but I could take off all my mods are crit damage as well. But putting that into effect, we're going to get 6% crit chance more and 20% crit damage more. So overall, that's going to put us well over our crit chance bracket. So we could obviously try and find a way to reduce that crit chance just to keep it at 60 because it caps at 60. And then we're guaranteed just with the watch alone to have it over 155. When we've min-maxed everything, we're looking to have about 160 to 165% critical hit damage, max crit hit chance. And then you're going to also get your weapon damage maxed up by having the weapons. You're going to be about 110, maybe 115 to 20,000 weapon damage. That PvP weapon damage is going to go up tenfold. It's going to go up massively. Once that has gone up, you also have to put into consideration what you are seeing here in terms of weapon damage and stuff like that. That's not putting into account the 15% that you get in there plus 20% there. So you're getting 30% more weapon damage. So you've got the bits that you're missing from everywhere plus the 30% there. Guys, this build is a joke. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.